Hello traders, hello friends, welcome again to my channel. I'm Coach Jay and syempre let's have a weekly forex forecast on gold, Euro USD and GBP USD. Okay, so syempre babalikan natin ang mga significant events last week and also we will check the significant events for next week. So magmo-multi-time frame analysis tayo as well as sentiment analysis. Okay, so syempre unahin na natin, no? Let's have a September recap for yung mga nangyari last week. Okay, so US Fed rate cut September 2024. Cut ng rate aggressively si Fed from 5.5 to 5%. So definitely bearish ang ating outlook kay US dollar. Alright? Ayan, next naman yung PMI result ay mixed. Kasi yung manufacturing PMI, it indicates weakness, no? While yung services PMI remained in expansion, reflecting resilience in customer demand and the broader service industry. Catalyst, largely due to rising cost. Okay, and supply chain issues. And so, syempre, dahil mix ang PMI, medyo tricky siya din sa ating mga traders. Okay, so we should be cautious. Let's always wait for a confirmation bago tayo mag-trade. And also yung unemployment claims, mataas pa rin ang, which is syempre bad yon sa economy rin ni US. So alam naman natin na ang labor market is a key driver for the Fed's future moves. Okay? So if rising ang unemployment claims, possible na talagang dovish si Fed, okay, in the future. Okay, and syempre yung speech naman ni Powell na September 26, Powell's speech reaffirmed the Fed's focus on data-driven decision making. So yung catalyst, Powell's speech clarified that the Fed would remain flexible, keeping traders on edge about future USD volatility. Okay? For next week, ito yung mga abangan natin. So meron tayo kay Euro, Fed Chair Powell speaks, tapos kay Euro, CPI, USD, ISM Manufacturing, PMI JOLTS. Siyempre, the most important event for next week ay yung NFP. Kaya expect na magiging volatile na naman ang market. Alright, so let's move on na dito kay DXY muna tayo. So, kita naman natin na ang result ng mga economic data for US, especially the interest rate, ay hindi maganda. So, kaya nakakita talaga tayo ng downward move and possible na pang butasin itong strong support area na to. Okay? Pero habang naririto pa siya sa area na yan, and possibility pa rin na ang mga buyers ay i-push ang DXY to the upside. Okay? So always remember na hindi tayo nag-assume, we should be reactive. Okay? So ang next support area na to noong July 2023. Alright? So bearish tayo dito kay US dollar index. Next naman for gold. The monthly time frame, talagang very aggressive yung move ng gold to the upside. Okay. So if titignan natin, itong move na to ay straight line lang. So hindi pa tayo talaga nakakakita ng decent pullback looking at the monthly time frame. Okay. Weekly time frame naman, kita naman natin talaga na nag-create ng series of higher highs and higher lows si gold. Okay? So if we will use the Fibonacci from this high to the low, although wala pa talagang decent pullback, possible na ma-reach niya pa itong area ng 2,800. And then daily time frame, so if we will focus dito sa current price action niya, pumapasok ng mga sellers, okay? Hintayin natin siyang magkaroon ng retracement, okay? Siyempre maganda tong area na to, itong 61.8, dahil previous resistance yan, possible na mag-act as support, okay? Before we move on, let's check the COT report. Very bullish ang mga big institutions for gold. So they went from having 131K all the way up to 315K. Okay. Talagang grabe din ang exposure ng mga big institutions for the long orders. Okay? Although may both addition sa long orders as well as short orders. So possible na itong short order na to ay para sa pullback. Okay? Pero take note na talagang very bullish ang mga big institutions. So medyo tricky rin na mag-short for now. Okay? And so let's check the H4 time frame. Check natin if pwede tayong mag-short. Quick trade lang. Okay? Kasi alam naman natin na ang momentum ay very bullish. Okay? So nagkaroon talaga ng series of higher highs and higher lows. And ayun, boom. No? So nagkaroon na ng lower low dito which is lower than the previous low. Okay? So possible na sign na nga ito na magkakaroon na ng pullback ang price. Okay? So hintayin natin next week. This is potential head and shoulder pattern. So if we will measure yung ating target TP, so possible na hanggang dito yung maging pullback or correction niya, which is ito yung 50% fib ratio na na-plot natin kanina sa daily time frame, okay? So narito yung sinasabi kong magandang area, ito yung 61.8%, pero syempre naman may din reactions dito. So pwede rin natin abangan dito yung price kung mag-hold itong level na to or if hindi man, ito yung next support area natin. Okay? So, bullish pa rin tayo dito kay gold. Next naman, Euro USD. So, looking at the monthly time frame, nung ina-analyze ko sa inyo nung mga nakaraang months, sasabi ko na malakas itong level na to. Dahil pag dumadating ang price dyan ay nagkakaroon talaga ng move to the upside. Okay? Well respected talaga itong area na yan. Okay? And ayun nga yung nangyari. No? Nung natouch niya ulit ito ay yan, tumaas siya ulit. Okay? Ibig sabihin talagang maraming buyers ang nakaabang dyan sa area na yan. Okay? Kung at the monthly time frame ay bullish tayo. So, possible na magkaroon pa ng move to the upside, targeting muna itong neckline na to, nitong M pattern na to, okay? Weekly time frame. Okay, so dahil inversely correlated siya with DXY, kung sa DXY kanina, approaching siya sa 2023 na support area, ito naman ay approaching si Euro USD dito sa July 2023 na resistance level naman. So possible na i-retest niya ulit itong resistance na to, okay? Kita nyo rin na nagkaroon talaga ng shift from downtrend to uptrending market, okay? Bullish din tayo. Looking at the daily time frame. And syempre, before we move on, let's check the COT report. Okay, bullish din siya. Okay, they went from having negative 9,519 last July all the way up to 71,698. Okay, although may additions din siya ng long orders and short orders, pero generally ay bullish din ang mga big institutions dito kay Euro USD. Okay, so aligned naman ang ating analysis ng higher time frame versus dito sa bias natin using the COT report. Okay? Yan. So, dito sa daily time frame, resistance level, syempre hintayin natin na magkaroon ng breakout and sa retest, doon tayo possible na mag-buy. Okay? Okay, so pwede din natin abangan itong level na to and ang neckline itong double bottom. Okay? Possible i-retest niya yan nga, no? Nag-a-act talaga siya as support. Bullish tayo dito kay Euro USD. Check natin ang H4 time frame. Sideways pa siya, possible na magkaroon talaga dito ng breakout or breakdown during the NFP. Kind of market condition, mas safe na magte-trade lang tayo sa upper extreme or sa resistance and sa lower extreme sa support. Okay? Para maganda yung ating magiging risk to reward ratio. Alright? This is the GBP USD. We have the monthly time frame. Ito nabanggit ko rin sa inyo a few months ago. Naririto pa lang ang price dito. Okay? Possible na inverted head and shoulders, okay? So, malakas din itong support area na ito kasi kapag natatouch niya itong level na to ay kita naman natin na tumataas din, okay? So, bullish din tayo looking at the monthly time frame. Weekly time frame, ganda talaga nitong trend ni GBP USD. Very textbook na uptrending market. Therefore, hintayin natin ulit siya dito sa previous resistance na to na possible mag-act as support bago tayo mag-buy, okay? Bullish din tayo looking at the weekly time frame. Daily time frame, okay, let's check first the COT report. Bullish din ang mga big institutions kasi 155K ang long nila versus sa short lang na 68K, okay? Kaya ang net position ay 86,992. Okay, so kita nyo rin naman na they went from having negative 20,000 all the way up to 86,000. Okay, so bullish din tayo dito kay JBP, which is aligned din ang ating higher time frame na bias, okay, which is uptrend. Okay, so same kay Euro USD, nagkakaroon dito ng consolidation, okay? Or sideways market condition. Okay, kita nyo naman na ang price ay nasa gitna nitong range na to. So, always remember na kapag nasa ranging market condition tayo and nasa gitna, so ako personally, no trade talaga ako, okay? Hintayin ko na lang siya na magkaroon pa ng retracement. Okay, so syempre hintayin natin na magka-breakout. Sa retest dun tayo papasok or magkaroon ng breakdown. And syempre sa retest, dun din tayo possible na mag-sell. Okay? Possible din na i-retest niya itong area na to. Okay? Dahil previous resistance din yan, possible na mag-act as support. Okay? Pag na-break yan, we still have more levels. Okay? Kaya very important na pag naririto na yung price sa level na to, ay medyo alert na tayo dyan. Pwede kayong mag-set ng alert para ma-notify kayo. Okay? Careful tayo next week dahil merong NFP. So, always important yung risk management. Okay, kayo ng stop loss nyo, please. So, watch out for any liquidity issues. Alam naman natin pag NFP, medyo mataas ang spread talaga, which is normal yon sa mga brokers dahil binabawasan lang din nilang kanilang exposure. And then, may mga price gaps din. So, ako ideally, magte-trade na lang ako maybe after the news, after 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, depende rin pag may setup. Alright? So, ayun, I hope marami ulit kayo natutunan sa video na ito. Bye-bye!